Hey, it's Mo of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, Marry Up, where Em and I talk about the concept of marrying up and hypergamy. What does it mean to date up? And what does it mean when it comes to confidence and self-esteem? As always, join us on Tuesday nights on Instagram Live, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, to recap our latest episode and shoot the shit with us. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.
And this is another thing, like thinking of like past relationships and things that didn't work, is the heartbreak of relationships a lot of times is not losing the person that you had, it's losing who you thought they were or hoped they could be. Hey Mo.
Hey, girl.
What's up?
Nothing. Cat going crazy in the background.
Can hear her. What?
I gotta learn how to tame this wild beast.
Can you walk cats? I feel like that's the kind of cat that
Some
needs to be
you can.
out walked. Get that energy out.
I gotta get her a little harness. Get hit these streets. Harness in the back. Oh, she's jumping on the wall. Yeah, she probably cooped up. She ready to explore.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. What are we talking about? We've been hitting the
Anything on
TikToks
your
looking
mind?
for stuff.
Ooh,
Not really.
What's
Not
trending?
really.
Then why you wanted to talk? I thought you had something to talk about.
No, I don't ever have anything.
Anything? Let me look.
You date down.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I do have something to talk about. I forgot what I was looking at. It must have been a video of some sort or something. And it was talking about, of course, race and dating. Those are like two things that are always, relationships or whatever.
Mhm.
And it talked about, I think I sent it to you. White women date up and black women date down. And that being like a product of availability, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, I
But-
didn't see that.
But the whole concept of dating up and dating down, marrying up, marrying down, I'm curious what
Hypergamy.
you think about that. What's hypergamy? You've said that before, and I don't know that word. Straight up.
It's just a natural selection. It's you marry for the ideal traits. So safety,
mating?
security, money, what do you call looks, physical attraction, like attractiveness, all of those things. But I never heard of that. The white women marry up and black women marry down. Oh,
I think because of level of education, availability of men, et cetera, the pool is different. So
Yeah.
you end up compromising on some things.
no, definitely.
Whatever that means.
We just had this conversation.
But I feel funky about it because it's like, okay, dating up, dating down, based on what? Like, based on income? Based on, like, what factors? Like, we're not even talking about love when we say stuff like marry up, marry down. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about whether homie cares for you or
your internet.
this person is, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
The love don't pay the rent. Love don't pay the bills.
Yeah, but someone who works 24/7 or values money over companionship is not going to be there with you when you're going through chemo. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't think
so
it's black
it's-
or white either. So, you
but just
can
like the
date up
term
and
marrying
down
up,
and-
yeah.
yeah, I know what they mean, but yeah, I don't really find date compatible. How about that? Date compatible.
Do you feel like there's a lot of like analysis happening with dating now? I feel like there's a lot of conversation about how people date and
People don't know how to
if
act
they
anymore.
date versus people just actually dating. Like, I think it's so much talk. Like, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. But like, are people
Ain't
dating?
nobody
Like,
doing
what's
it.
happening?
Don't talk
Or
about
doing
it,
it
be
right.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, so
What do you mean by that? What do you mean I'm not? You're not dating?
I'm not dating. No.
Why is that?
What do you think?
Is it the pool? Again, it's the pool. Somebody peed in the pool. The pool is funky.
What did that guy say? I'm married and I need some a
I can't get a divorce because of my finances.
I
Like,
mean,
ooh, that's real enticing. Oh, I think I'm gonna sign up for that.
but it's also like you sent me that, and I was like, can you get yourself together first before you try to find somebody else? Like,
Right?
work on you. You still have a whole ass wife and kids,
Mm-hmm.
and you're already trying to find a date.
And then what did he say? He wants somebody. He said something funny. Oh, let me see. Let me pull that up. That was
Yeah, something
funny.
to grow into something, or like.
And I was
something-
just like an honest person, and I'm like, bitch, an
No, you're
honest
trying to
person,
date. You still married.
right?
Mm-mm.
Talking about for financial reason. And it's so interesting because sometimes people are shocked and they'll be like, oh my God, like I had no idea his wife might be out there like having no idea he up here online with his face
Right?
showing, like not even hiding it. I could see if they're poly, that would be different. But just to be out here in these streets trying to be
I
secretive.
told you about the dude I dated that I was with for a very long time, very serious. He played basketball overseas. And I remember I blew up his phone because somehow got into his stuff, right? Called every phone number on that list. This is probably something I'm supposed to put on a reel or something.
Shoot.
Right?
Oh,
but
yeah. I think you mentioned this in one of the pods. I
mentioned
don't
it,
think
but
we
I
ever
don't think-
posted it.
I don't think so either. But so I dated
Yeah.
somebody right out of college, very serious, lived overseas with him for a bit. He played basketball overseas. Anyways, he was acting real funky. And this is back when 9 o'clock was when your calls became free, after 9 o'clock or whatever. So I was working in LA, going to sleep early because that's what I do. After 9 o'clock on the phone. So I looked at his bills and I saw all the phone numbers after 9 o'clock. Just dang, as soon as 9 o'clock hit, he was calling up, trying to hit whatever he was doing. I made a list. It was 2 pages long. I remember in the notebook, called every single one. Hey, you probably don't know me. I'm curious. How do you know so-and-so? Because we've been together for 4 years. It's very serious, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he told me you died. Oh, he told me you broke up.
No, not you died.
Yes. He was making up all the stories, right? Like all the stuff.
Wow.
And
People
most
believe
of the
what they want
women,
to believe.
yeah. And so it is. I mean, you could be seeing this this is before dating apps, but you could be seeing this on a dating app and wife is just happy as can be, thinking everything's fine with kids. And he has the nerve to say don't say you're married then.
Yeah.
Why? Why put that out there?
He said he wanted somebody honest, so I guess he feels like that's being honest.
I mean, but if you can't get your finances in order and you still legally tied to somebody else with children and a house and all this.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Not interested.
Not interested in that baggage. This is the time to enjoy life. Go on some trips, some vacations. Have fun. Yes. I don't even feel like traveling by myself.
I feel like traveling by myself.
Well, I bet you've been cooped up.
I just want to escape. I want an escape from reality. It's not even about escape from people. It's just like, let me go to some fantasy land for a minute. But part of me always feels like, oh, he could be a good guy stuck in a bad situation. I always want to think the best of, and that's unfortunate for him.
Maybe he's a good person. He needs to get his stuff together. Like, you sitting here married with kids and stuff, worried about finances, be married because you can't afford to live on your own. Like, I don't even understand what that even means. He just cheaper to keep her. There's a song.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've heard that phrase quite a bit.
Cheaper to keep her. And I'm just like, please. Like,
how stupid does that, I hate the way that stuff comes off, though. Like, we're talking about marrying up, marrying down, cheaper to keep. Like, we're still property. We're still, it's part of a transaction. We're not a whole person engaging with another whole person.
And you sent something talking about, there was some men talking on a podcast. I don't remember which one, but they were saying how they didn't think their wife was a 10. But then another man, and this is kind of like we talked about, I don't know when this is coming out, but we talked about this on the Love is Blind episode where the guy, Bartiste, or whatever his name is, he was not attracted to his
fiance.
Nancy.
Yeah.
And then he saw her talking to another man, and all of a sudden he got real possessive.
Like,
and it's
real
just
territorial,
Yeah, it's like, what's that about? Like a carnal thing, like, I don't want you, but I don't want anybody else to have you either. Because then that would mean that I lost you and I lost to somebody else, because life is a game.
Well, that first video clip that you were referencing, yeah, it was a whole bunch of men talking about how, you may not value your wife or your girlfriend, whoever you're with, and you think she's, she's had kids or she's had, her body's not this, whatever, but some other man or a woman, because you see that a lot, like she's a 10, she's a 12, she's, everything. So I don't know what it is. And I think that's natural for men and women though. The more it's the more desire, it's like economics, but the more desirable the thing is, the more you want it, whether you wanted it or not. You see everybody else want it, you got to have it. And that's a weird
survival thing. Yeah.
That's weird.
Animalistic.
But that also helps in a relationship. I mean, it is, I think, sexy for people to see their partner desired by other people, knowing that's mine.
Like, I didn't get the leftovers. I got something people want.
Yeah. But it shouldn't be your whole reason for being there. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's how I feel, because looks fade, everything fades, anything can happen tomorrow. And I just don't want to judge someone based on what other people, you know that I don't really care. Like, it's based on what I think. And so it's just like, who cares what other people think? They're not spending that quality time with you. They don't know the relationship. Why are you living? Oh, we look cute together, or we can wear matching outfits.
Like, you stay on the matching outfits.
But it's like, it's more than that, because I've done that before. It's almost like that comedian Daniel Sloss, how he talked about the puzzle pieces. And it was like, I have a type, or had, like, not even a type, but I was just always like admiring people, and then I met people and I'd be like, oh well, I could just fit you in the box. Like, in my mind I'm like, oh, we could go to brunch and like all this stuff, and I'm just like, I don't even know this person. Like, can we talk? Can I get to know this person? So yeah. And the thing is, once you get to know people.
I think we had Krista on when she said that expectations, that's how you can get, I don't know, what did she say? Something about disappointment and expectations. Expectations are like the worst thing to have, because you are always let down. Like, you will always be disappointed, because you paint a picture of, and this is another thing, like thinking of like past relationships and things that didn't work, is the heartbreak of relationships a lot of times is not losing the person that you had. It's losing who you thought they were or hoped they could be. And it's not, when you think about it, like, they didn't fit, like old girl with the list. And she was like, he can't read, he can't do this, he can't do that. Like, why are you upset about it then? Right. Exactly. You're upset because of who you wanted him to be, and he didn't measure up.
No, she was upset because he didn't want her. She was taking it while she had her.
Taking it.
Like, sad. Like, some people just don't want to be alone, and it's like, forget that. But also, like, I found myself being like, oh, how dare this person? And I'm like, that's just a personality trait, or that's just how the person is or was born. And I'm like thinking, like, this is a horrible person. I mean, maybe they are, but it's just like, these are the customs they have. This is the way they were born. Take it or leave it. No one's going to be fully compatible.
I had a friend tell me once, this was like in college, that like, the person you dated was not a bad person. They loved you in the way they knew how to love you. And it may not be what you wanted. It may not have been what you needed, but that's all that they could have done. So it's almost like, sometimes to look at relationships or look at even friendships, like, people are doing what they can do, unless they're out here malicious and just being disrespectful or whatever. Like, people are really just doing what they can do. And you have to kind of take them for where they are and see, can I work with that? And if you can't, then you can't. It's, no hard feelings type thing. But, people out here just doing what they can.
Yeah. Doing what they can. And that's all you can do.
Instead of being about it. Yeah.
I used to get so upset when people would be like, hi, hello, hi, like on the apps. And now I'm just like,
HRU or hi. What is it?
Yeah. And, I'll try. And then if it fades, I just delete it. I'm not having any expectations of people.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if there have been studies, but most people will swipe right, because of guys will swipe right to everybody,
feed the ego.
They want that ego boost to see, oh, somebody matched me. Whereas we swipe left. They get mad because it's like,
well, that's that biology. Men trying to spread the seed. They don't care. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Who's going to do this? And we have to be selective about it. So you hit them 40s, whoever listened to our Saving September, then you don't care anymore.
Right? I'm just like, I just want
baby.
somebody cool. I do want to go to brunch. Somebody who likes to go to brunch. That's important.
Vegan brunch.
Vegan
brunch.
gang. You at least have some vegan options. I don't know. Vegan, like I've never dated a vegan. Sometimes I wonder, we were talking about this. Somebody posted a tweet and said, I will never date anyone who doesn't share my core values. And I said, like that sounds good, but I don't think there's anyone in the world who shares my core values. So there's got to be some kind of give. Like I'm not.
But what are your core values? Like I'm curious about. I don't know what my core values are. Like I wonder, like what would you define as your core values?
I mean, I'm
like,
not putting that on the podcast, but yeah, I have core values. I would tell it, on a date, and it's just like these are just the way I operate as a person.
But is it a lot? Like I'm just okay. So not specifics, but is it like 2 or 3 things? Those are the core, and then everything else is whatever. Like because you can't have like 50 core values.
Yeah, I don't think.
How are you going to share
50.
that with somebody, right? Like it has to be something specific.
Yeah.
Like for some people it's faith, for some people it's a political ideology or like a family structure.
Yeah,
or like
I'm not even stuck on the politics. Mine is more.
Yeah, but for some people that's their thing. Like they refuse, whatever. That's why they started the Right Stuff dating site that's failing
that's hilarious.
right now.
I should join that. Wait, let me join that. The Right Stuff.
I heard it's not doing well. You can mess around and get married off that site.
Wouldn't that be funny? Gonna join it.
Shoot.
Make Mo great again.
That needs to be a social experiment. You need to join that and like let us know how that goes. But I heard it's not very sick. There's more men on there, not a lot of women.
Oh, that sounds great.
Type thing. Yeah, check it out. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I wonder about that, the core values. And then I look at that and I try to examine and think about my relationship. Like, what are my core values and what are...
Well, y'all have like equally yoked. Y'all have like same belief systems and stuff. Yeah, it's from the Bible. Y'all
like yoked. I'm thinking like strong when you say yoked. I don't know. Yeah, I guess same background, upbringing.
Mm.
I think that's a big compatibility thing.
See, I don't think so. I never did, and I guess that's why I'm incompatible with people. Because there was a time in my 20s I was on a string of physicists. It's like,
yeah, you were. I remember that.
So weird.
It's where you lived at the time too.
Like, how am I meeting these physicists?
They're like, scientifically, we are a good pair. Here is the formula.
But I lived in like different places. That's the thing. Like it was 2 different places, and I'm like, wow, how is that possible? But I do for some reason, like I'm type B, I guess. I don't know what it's called, but I'm like creative mind.
More lax. Like go with the flow kind of.
But I
can't do that.
Science, like most people.
That's a yin
and
yang, right? You balance each other out then, probably, because they're probably more
never dated
more
like
analytical.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever dated someone like? They might have had hobbies like art, but their primary mind was like in science mind or whatever you call it. They're all scientists of some sort, mathematicians.
I have no like continuity of like that type of thing with people I've dated or been in relationships with. They're all very different.
I wonder if it's just because I was on the apps, and so it's like we're all kind of socially awkward.
I don't know why I smile.
Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn.
One thing that frustrates me as a single person is this idea of people dating what other people want or what other people think they should date. We only get one life. If you like it, I love it. Who cares? Why do we have to date based on what someone else wants? I don't want to date someone based on someone else wanting them. If I don't want you, I don't want you. Period. And someone else wanting you is not going to make me want you even more.
Okay. Back to what were we talking about?
We're like, I don't know what we were talking about.
You were talking about ace metaphor, talking about bringing to the table, but before that it was Oh, me dating scientists. I don't know what we were talking
Mhm.
about before. We were supposed to be talking about
This is all over the place.
dating up, dating down. I don't even like that.
Have you ever dated down? Do you feel that you have ever seriously entertained somebody who was like, you
Excuse
knew
me.
you were their like pot of gold? Like
No.
they have never dated somebody, like have you ever felt that way dating up then?
No.
Not that you would have thought of it as up. Like so it's
Yeah.
always been like on par, we are equals. Just
Yeah, I
out
mean,
here
it's just
dating.
been this regular people. Yeah, just regular
Yeah.
people. So they have some kind of characteristics I like. I have some they like. I think when I was younger, I was more insecure because of my weight. And so I didn't even feel comfortable. So I probably then in my mind thought, oh,
Dating up, or like
yeah, I'm
you
dating
were
up all
not
these
who you
guys.
are.
Yeah.
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 Ugh. I hate that. That makes me
Right.
sad. And I feel like that's something, I mean, I don't know about these younger generations, but I feel like that's something that's so common in girls in adolescence and then young, very early adulthood, is to be
Mm-hmm.
so unsure and so physically uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's different because I feel like people out here getting it and doing stuff now.
They now that body pause. Liz, thanks, Lizzo.
Yeah, and it's like it'll be interesting to see because that has shifted since we were that age to see like
Mhm.
just how that impacts everything. Because I wish I was so self-conscious and I was like,
Same.
listen, I'm 20 years ago, woo, let me do it again.
Right? If I
Let
could
me
have
do it
this
again.
brain,
Ooh, let me do it again.
they couldn't tell
Not
me
even this
nothing.
brain, just the confidence.
Yeah, well, that's what part of the brain to me. So
Because I always saw, I would always see other girls who were just, I don't know what was in their brains, but they looked like they were just like, oh, she wearing that. She's going to do this. Like she didn't care, and
Yeah.
I was always look at those girls and be like, damn, like how is she
I think that's
doing
why
it?
I noticed them. Yeah, because I was like proud of them. Like, dang, how you doing that?
Yeah. Or like, just, I want it. How can I be down? How can I do this?
My friend just laughed at me the other day. She was like, "Hey, girl, you showing your arms?" Because I went through a period of time I wouldn't even show my arms.
Why? Just
'Cause
self-conscious.
They dangly do. But,
Stop it.
but now I'm like, hey, I got arms. I'm blessed with arms. You don't like it, don't look.
And if you look and you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. They just are.
And that's, I mean,
like, what?
This may be controversial, but I was watching some show and this guy was talking about Black women aren't getting dates and stuff because they're overweight and all of this stuff. But then I'm like, then why am I seeing all these Black men with overweight non-Black women and all proud? So
Because they want somebody thick. They like.
Is it dating up?
Whatever.
Is that their version of dating up?
I don't know.
It's like you can't shame one group and then do the same with another.
But it's not like they're treating these women any better either. There's that one clip I sent you. That's like, you still not being a present father to your white girlfriend.
Sad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to make this big old stink, talk down about Black women, date a white woman, and then treat her like shit too, like, what are you doing?
You don't need to love yourself. I think that's the problem going on, is people don't love themselves anymore, or ever did. And somebody sent me a clip I'll send to you. I don't know if it's real. I didn't check it, but I did look up, somebody wrote a research paper with it in it. And it said that these Black children who were starting to like uprise, they had a high sense of self. They had a high confidence. And so I guess society was like, nah, ooh, what's this? You can't have no high confidence.
To them? They had high confidence, and then what happened to them? Were they trying to
society, the crack epidemic, like gangs, like all of like the slippery slope of social, what do you call it? Decline. What was it called? Not high protein. Dang, I just looked it up. Anyway, that was interesting. Like, dang, these people have, and it is true. I think when I was a little kid, I had a lot of high confidence, and people don't like that in some cases. They're like, oh, you think you somebody? Some people think
from within your community.
Yeah,
from
that's the
outside
worst.
and
Yeah.
inside the community.
Yeah, getting it on
like,
all.
oh, you think you uppity, you think you're this.
Mhm.
I used to get stuff like that from like family, from my cousins. Like
Yeah,
when I would
same.
visit, oh, you think you better? I was like, no,
Yeah.
this is just how.
It's like, you think I'm better and projecting it. You're projecting that you think I'm better.
But it was like
I'm
like
stupid
stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you talk like that? This is just how I don't know what you were talking about. I'm 12.
Right?
Like, this is how I talk. I have shit. Like,
but what I realize is all kids, not all, but many kids were made fun of in different ways, and I just took it more personally because I just got it all over the place. It was like, dang, everywhere I go. Like,
I see the same. What was that dance move? I've been hanging around people too much.
Oh, I missed it. Oh. What you laughing at? Laughing? What you laughing at? I wish I had some chips. Food is love.
Yes.
Might fuck around and order a pizza. Let me stop.
I thought about that earlier too.
It ain't hitting.
There's a local market that somebody told me about. I don't know if I told you about this. One of the moms I befriended here.
Yay.
I was like, oh, check this out. It's like a little market, but in the back there's a pizza place. Nice. It's not advertised, and you go back there and they make pizzas and calzones, and they have a little tap room in the back where they do their craft. Yeah, and it's just like a little like convenience store, nondescript building. You can get gas and whatever. You go in there and it's like the best pizza I've ever had. Like, the pizza was bomb. They make their own cookies. I mean, it was just like, what is this?
I like crazy. That. That's gonna be the best stuff.
The little hole in the wall, like secret spots. It was so good. I haven't tried the beers though. I want to go back and do that.
Yeah, go back when I could.
Woo! Come visit. We got our situation under control now.
Yay!
I think the weather made everything go away too. Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. Be so rooted in your being that nobody's absence or presence can disturb your inner peace.